There was nothing about the heist, but I was starting to suspect that there wouldn't be. I did learn the word for spring onions on a show about living off the land. My favorite spring treat was, in Spanish, cebolletas. The trees around here must be the type to grow fast, because there was already one in the middle of my garden. I debated about leaving it be, but eventually decided to bring it down, which brought my first surprise of the day when half a dozen butterflies flew off the branches. I'd loved butterflies since I was a child, and while I was sorry for having disturbed them, it did go a long way toward lifting my spirits. After watering the crops, I decided to take down a few more trees. Everywhere I looked that day there were butterflies, and it was hard to stay focused on my work. When I was too tired to swing the axe safely, I had a quick lunch while watching the butterflies, and then did something I'd been putting off. I went through the farm's mail. I felt bad about reading private letters, but if I was going to stay in this village, I needed to increase my vocabulary, and fast. What I got from the first letter was a person named Robin talking about a bunch of stones for the farm. He wanted to construct a pozo, whatever that was, for all the farm for 75 stones and $10. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I tucked the letter away for later studies. Then I figured I'd head to town, get some of the introductions out of the way. I saw a girl at the fountain and used my rudimentary high school Spanish to introduce myself. "You are the new farmer," or something like that. Anyway, her name was Haley, and she seemed friendly enough. I couldn't think of much to say. By the market was a man with graying hair. When I approached him, he asked about my first night on the new farm. What did he know? "You abuelo something?" I didn't know that verb. "I believe something about that house." I smiled and nodded. I looked around the store for a bit. Lots of things I'd like to get, and no money with which to get them. I debated about shoplifting, but I'd always looked down on the shoplifters who took from the mom-and-pop stores. It was one thing to steal from Joja Mart, but this was the only shop in a small valley. Even if I was desperate, it didn't seem right. When I went to introduce myself to the guy running the market, he already knew my name. It startled me for a moment. Then I noticed Elliot browsing the shelves. The gossip had already started. Pierre, though, seemed nice enough. "If you're looking for Semias seeds, I remember that one. My store is the something very good precious? Local economy," that's about all I caught. Anyway, he spotted a flower I'd picked up on a whim earlier and offered to buy it. I stared at the 30 cents in my hand, managed an un momento, and ran off. Back to the farm, grabbed everything I had gathered over the past couple of days, and hurried back to the store. After he'd looked over the selection, Pierre handed over $10 in odd coins, and suddenly I knew what I'd be doing over the next few days. Today, though, I was hungry for some real food. I found a saloon and chowed down on some spaghetti, feeling pleasantly full for the first time that week. If I could get $10 just from wild produce, what could I get if I put some time and effort into growing actual crops? I decided I'd give it a try in the morning. As I wore myself out chopping more trees, my day ended in an explosion of butterflies, well over a dozen, which made it into my dreams that night.